Right, hey guys, Willie and Murfitt here, and in today's video we are going to fix the broken gear linkage.
I know you don't love me like you say you do.
Okay, so when we took this car apart, the actual linkage itself was broken, so the gear selector here hangs from the car. This bolts to the back, and then that supports the flexibility through the engine into the body, so it's not rigid and it's not going to break along here. I've cleaned all this up, so now it's time to replace these bobbins with these nice new ones. First thing to do is obviously take it out of your car. You probably can do it in situ, but if I was you and you're going to do this job, I would undo these two bolts from the inside, undo this big bolt that just bolts through the back of the gear selector, and remove this and just support the weight of your gear selector underneath. It's much easier to do outside the car. So that's what the old bobbin looks like, which is quite a good one still, and these are the new ones. Unfortunately, on one of them, the top of it snapped off, so that's the reason why I'm replacing both. Quite hard to find these. They don't seem to be readily available, so we need to look after them. So I'm just going to quickly clean this bracket up because it has seen many years of abuse, and give it a quick coat of paint and put it back together. Right, I've just cleaned the outside of it. I'm not overly bothered about the dirt on the inside because it's going to go underneath the car and it's going to get covered again. So let's give it a quick paint. I'll be back in a second. Right, the rain's coming down again, so the garage door is closed. I've just painted up my bracket. I've used this time a spray can of Hammer It, and it's pretty good. So while that's still drying, I'm just going to pay my attention to this slightly. So I know previously we mentioned that inside here was extremely dry. I'm going to fit it like this for now, and the reason is that once it's installed in the car, I can take this cap off and I can grease the whole inside. I can move the shaft around and everything, so it's probably not the best thing to do, but I've also not got any grease here, so rather than stopping work to go out to get some and come back, that is what I'm going to do. On the other thing here, you have on the bracket, it's a straight one side and a kink the other. Now the kink goes this way, and I believe that is to allow the exhaust to go through this section here. If you put it this way, and the exhaust would hit off of the bracket. So that's how that one goes. Put that back in them. So that is one bottom. Now it's still a little bit damp, so I'm trying to be quite careful with how much I actually touch this. What I am going to do is just put this nut on very loosely so I can still rotate this bracket up. Now the reason I'm going to have it like this, I'll show you like that, is so that when I put the bobbins in, like so, I can get access to the nuts. If I have it around the other way, I can get access to it, but I can't turn the spanner. So that is the way I'm going to do this. So the bobbin is on, spring washer, and the nut. Now the reason I use the open-ended side this time is because, and if you can see there, the gap between the bottom of the thread and the actual bracket, if I use the open-ended side, I wouldn't be able to get it out. Okay. So there we have the bracket now fitted. I'm just going to do this bottom bolt up. I'm just going to do it loosely because I want there to be a bit of flexibility there. And then I'm going to mount the bolt up here and then also push the pin through as well. Right, I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see. So I've got my bolt that holds the top section on. I've got a stubby 13 or ½ inch drive. I've got a longer 13 or ½ inch drive. I've got my ½ inch drive spanner as well to lock the other end. I've also got a hammer to try and tap that pin into place. So the gear linkage is under the car, and I'm going to try and mount it up to this bracket here. So the pin goes through that hole, and then higher up you can just see there's a bolt hole there, and that is where this bolt goes in. So I apologise for the lighting. I know it's going to be poor, but I am underneath the car. Haha. You lose. Right. Just give that a quick wiggle of the gear stick and see how this moves. Go first, second, third, fourth. Perfect. Right, next up is to secure this linkage to the floor. So, the top of my bobbins come through, spring washer, and a spring washer, and then a nut, and a nut. Just knit them down and tighten them up. One, two, three, four, five. Perfect. Right, back underneath, tight. Make sure these the other end of the bobbins are secure and tight. Tighten out the bracket across the middle, and this job is done. Perfect. The job is. Oh, one last thing. Reverse. Right, so the job I nearly forgot about are these wires here. These are the reverse switch lights. So I'm hoping I can clean up to see that one looks to be more green than that one. And there's a definite green in that one. So I would suggest that green and green push together. And black and black. That's them together. I'm just going to try and tidy them up somewhere, get them out of the way. Okay, so that is the end of today's gear linkage video. As you can see, everything's going good, and all I've got to do now is put this gear selector shaft on, or the gear boot on. I'm not going to screw it down just yet because when I screw the... I'm not going to screw it down just yet because when I fit the carpet, that is going to get screwed down to there as well. But hopefully you've enjoyed this content. If you have, please comment down below. If you haven't, please comment down below as well. I'd love to know ways I can improve the channel, ways I can improve the content I'm producing, and so on and so forth. So if you have enjoyed the content, please hit the thumbs up button, comment down below, and if you can, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out any future content. That's it from me, and I will see you next time.